To highlight the Seaview Avenue Safety Improvement Project, and we are joined here today by Borough President Vito Fossella and the leadership of Northwell Staten Island University Hospital, who have been very supportive of this project. And the great thing about being out here in Staten Island for the Commission Your Borough Day is that this project came about from 2 years ago. So we're happy to be back here to celebrate the completion of this project. And with that, Commissioner Ydanis Rodriguez will walk you through the great process, and then we'll have a few speakers after that. Thank you.
Thank you. I got good morning, but it's good afternoon. I'm sorry. I know that the president and the leadership of the hospital, they also have other items in the agendas, also the great borough president. So I'm sorry for our delay, but first of all, I want to say thank you to the residents of Staten Island for welcoming us in our new commissioner in Your Borough. Thank you. Thanks to all the previous commissioners. The agency been doing a great job for so many decades, but as I took the agency, not only I've been improving the NWPE from 11% to 35% as we're speaking right now, but also when it comes to project, we committed to bring the agency to the communities. So today is a typical commission in Your Borough that I started having a breakfast with the interfaith leadership of Staten Island. Then I went to visit my team who work in one of the fleet, together with all the men and women, almost 6,000 that we have at DOT. They are the one who keep our infrastructure, including our roadway, our sidewalk, a street light, signal in a state of good repair. And now we are again here with great leaders. It's always great to be here visiting our borough, and I want to give a big round of applause to someone that it doesn't matter when she had to bring a news that everyone supported, even at the moment when not everyone agree or some people don't agree. They have a lot of respect for a great Staten Island Borough Commissioner DOT, Roseanne Carana. So a big round of applause. And we know that she being supported by Vito, it means a lot, as also the other elected officials. As I said, we were here from President Vito Fossella and also President of the hospital. By the way, I've been here because I have my sister and three nieces being born, three nieces being born in Staten Island, and I've been spending time visiting one of my sisters that she's been a patient of the hospital. So thank you for the service that you provide to all residents of Staten Island, New Yorkers, including family members that I've been patient in this hospital. So thank you for the great job. Today we stand aside, the Northwell Staten Island University Hospital. Together again with Vito, the president, the leadership of the institution. Also, we are here with Amalia Costalas from Assemblymember Michael Tunisia's office, who is in Albany. They're doing the job in Albany, so that's why they are not here. Today we are going to be doing a ribbon cutting on a traffic calming project. We substantially complete last year. Some marking and paint work still remain. That results from previous commissioner in Your Borough. It was back in 2023 that we walked with the president and the leadership of the hospital, and they showed how we could make major improvements here. So one of the things that everyone should know is that in our city, even though there's still a lot of more work that we got to do, and as we lost that mom with her two daughters in Brooklyn, 3 weeks ago, Mayor Eric Adams always has said, one death is too many, but especially those three that happened the same Saturday. But there's a reality, there's an epidemic in the whole world. 1.2 million people are losing their life every year in the world. And everyone is looking at New York City on how are we doing to improve safety. 2023, we had the lowest numbers of pedestrian fatality since we started collecting data 113 years ago. By this day, we have one of the lowest numbers of traffic fatality. Mayor Eric Adams has committed to address traffic violence as similar as gun violence, because this can be preventable. So as we work with the leadership, with the hospital, as we work with the borough president and all the elected officials, we want to continue doing everything in our box in order to improve safety. So, again, I'm not going to be getting into the history about why we did this, because the president will explain with a lot of details. But we are here yet to celebrate with the ribbon cutting, another great project done by the men and women of DOT, of an agency made by almost 6,000 men and women that is responsible to manage 25% of our land of the city. And the charter says that we are responsible to guarantee a safe and efficient movement of people and vehicles. When we do projects like this and there's a bike lane, it's not only good for the cyclists, it's also good because it improves safety for everyone, for pedestrians, for cyclists, and even for drivers. But now I would like to call on President Vito Fossella to come and say a few words.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Good morning, everybody. It's cold and windy, so I'll be brief. Thank you for coming to the island. You've always been accessible and available for any of our concerns, and we appreciate that. And every team, the great team at DOT, every great team has a great manager, and the men and women who do a great job keeping our streets safe and paved and clean and everything else. As a great manager and our Borough Commissioner, Ro Caruana. Ro, thank you for everything you do. And as the Commissioner mentioned, our main focus is always protecting innocent people and safety. And Dr. Ardolic, a great leader of this institution, approached us a few years ago and was concerned about people darting across Seaview, entrance over here, coming in off of Seaview into the main entrance of the hospital. And it was sort of a hodgepodge, right? And we met on site, and Commissioner Caruana, others developed a plan, and here we are. And like a lot of things, if changes need to be made down the road to improve safety or make things more efficient, I know we're all open to do that and to revisit it if necessary. But most importantly, this satisfied the need of the hospitals for the visitors, the patients, the employees. Safety is paramount, and we're here to make sure that that happens. So thank you all for making this day possible. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, President. And, of course, I need to acknowledge the person in our agency, especially to the youngest one, Ro Mata, because she started as an intern. Then she moved to be a Manhattan Borough President. Then she moved to be in charge of operation. And today she is the person in charge of all the 6 operation units at DOT. Margaret, for joining. Thank you for your service. Now let's hear again from President Brahim that, 2 years ago, Vito and I got elected. We visited. We saw the challenges here. The men and women DOT, they took through the planning. And today we do the great ribbon cutting. President Brahim.
Thank you all so much. It's really a special day. At the end of the day, keeping people healthy also involves keeping people safe. And I want you to imagine for a second that you have a street with a hospital on one side of the street, and on the opposite side of the street you've got a dialysis center, a few clinics, some doctor's offices. What that invariably means is you've got 2 groups of people crossing the street: people that can't move very quickly and people that are in a big hurry. Right, and that's what you tend to have crossing the street. Now imagine mixing in a 4-lane street, and what you really have is a recipe for disaster. And over the years, we had some people really get hurt and some near misses and some things that concerned us. I didn't expect the response that I got, though, when we first talked about involving the borough president and the DOT on this. And I have to say, I do specifically want to thank Vito for being such a partner to every Staten Islander and for actually continuing to keep Staten Islanders not just safe but healthy. And all of the DOT. Roseanne, you came and you actually were incredibly supportive, and you listened to me rant and rave about how dangerous the street was, and yet we look back a couple of years in the future, and we really have something that's much safer. So I want to thank you all, to every woman and man that actually works in the DOT and actually helps us take care of New York City. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This program will actually save people's lives, people that never even realized they were going to get hurt, and that's the best kind of health. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Again, thanks to everyone in our agency who plays a role to make this happen, and thank you to the president and both the hospital and also the president of this great borough, Staten Island. As Mayor Eric Adams said, he showed one more time that Staten Island is not a forgotten borough anymore under the leadership of Mayor Eric Adams. So we're doing the ribbon cutting, then we can take any questions.
Give us a moment to set up. And I also want to thank the Island Rehabilitative Services Dialysis Center for allowing us to be out here. We'll be as quick as possible. Thank you.
Oh, there's a ribbon.
Yeah, we got two.
Live stream.
Oh, I apologize. I know it's thanks for telling me.
Want to share a little?
Thanks.
Yeah. It's a little tighter. Siren, you want to do the countdown?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Ready? Everybody ready? On 3, 2, 1.